Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Nigira Techies. Today I am going to implement CRUD operation in ASP.NET Core MVC version 6.0 using jQuery Ajax call. And this is the continuation of my last video. So in my previous video, I have explained how to implement this entire architecture. Using that, I have loaded this employee listing screen. So here for creating new records and this edit and remove functionality, as of now, I have not yet implemented. So these all functionalities I am going to cover in this video. And the previous video link also I will share in the description. You can watch it. So before going to the implementation, let me provide some overview of our existing application. So the application is created using this entire architecture. You can see this business layer and this data access layer and this LAN core MVC. This is our startup page application. At the database, I am using SQL Server. For the connectivity, I am using Entity Framework Core, database first approach. Now let's start the implementation of creating the new record. So in our listing page, first I am going to create one link. Okay, the new link is coming, but it's not fair. Let me move this into our card body. Okay, now it's somewhat fine. And the next thing is, let me go to our controller. So currently we have this index action method only. The similar way, I'm going to create one more action method for the create. So let me return this view. And then let me create the view. Right click and add view. So we can choose this riser view option. Okay, the template is empty. Use layout, it's fine. Okay, great. Our view is created. Now let me include the link. So here the controller is employee and this action method is create. So let me run the application once again. So let me click this add new button. Okay, it's fine. Currently we don't have any design. So let me focus on the designing side. So this .NET Core MVC, when you are creating the application, that Bootstrap and jQuery are defaultly get added. So we can use the complete feature of Bootstrap. Okay, so now we are able to see this border, and let me include this body option also. So that your class name is card body. Here I am going to create our first field now. So our first field name is code, and we have included the label. The same way I am going to include one input control also, and here the ID is text code, and this field should be disabled. And then class form control. So let me save it. We can see the output now. Okay, it's somewhat better. The similar way we can add all of our fields. So in the database already shown, like it is having these 5 columns. The first one is code. It's a primary key, and also it's a auto generated column. And other fields are we are going to use the name, email, phone number, and destination. So we can create 4 more fields. So here the disabled is not required and the field name is name, and we have to change this ID also. Okay, the final one is destination. So I'm going to provide the name as role. So for this one, instead of having this input, we can use the select control. So other things are fine. ID and this class. And here we have to include some options. Value should be empty, and we can include two more options. One I'm going to provide admin, and the second one I'm going to provide developer. Okay, this is fine. Let me save it, and we can see the output now. Okay, it's fine. Then we have to include the button also. So we have to include two buttons. One is for save, and another one is for the cancel or redirect to our listing page. And the next one is I can give the name is cancel. So here the class is so like a same button and button danger. Here I'm going to write one function. So in the bottom, let me include this script, and then type. So these are the basic things about this JavaScript or jQuery. Window.location.href. Okay, these are the basic changes. Let me verify it. Okay, the design is fine. Also, we have the two options. If I'm clicking this cancel, it is again back to our employee listing page. If I'm clicking this add new, it is coming to our create page. Okay. So the next step is we have to implement the validation. Okay. So when it's required, when we are clicking this save button, we have to include this validation. So let me go to the save button. Here also, let me bind the event. Handle save. So let me copy this one. So the first thing is we have to get all the values. So the first value is code. So the input field ID is text code. So let me copy this one. So this is the jQuery syntax. So we are getting this text box value. Okay. The similar way I'm going to take next four controls values also. Name, name, and the third one is email. and the fourth one is phone, and the final one is role. For this one actually we are using a drop down list, but in the jQuery point of view, for getting the value, this is same only. Okay, we have the values. So now I'm going to apply the validation. First let me check this name not equal to empty and not equal to null. So then it is the valid scenario. If it is a else, so this is the failure scenario. So in this case I'm going to change this border of the particular control is red. So if it is a positive, so the existing border, this one actually kind of gray color. So let me verify it. See, now it is changed into the red color. So if I'm providing some values, so it is changed. The similar way I'm going to include the validation for email and also the role. And here I'm going to declare one variable also where is proceed. So initially this value should be true. If there is any failure scenario, I will make this one into a false. So if it is true only, we are going to proceed the further action. Otherwise we can throw some error messages, that is fine. So let me verify it. So here we can provide some alert. Okay, initially if I'm clicking, I'm getting this red color. So here I'm selected one name, and when I'm clicking, so the first one is changed. So still we not selected this role. So if I'm selecting this role also, so see now we are getting this proceed to save. Okay. So currently we have data in our client side. Now let me work on our server side. That means let me finish the logics in our C# side. So let me stop the application. So we can complete from our data access layer. So here we have this employee DA. So the first method is returning all the employee information. So the similar way, I am going to create one more get method for returning the individual employee information. Get employee by code. So the input is code, and let me make these functions are into asynchronous format. That is little interesting. And this one is first or default asynchronous. In some situation, this asynchronous option is maybe not come. If it is not coming, you have to import this namespace Microsoft.entity framework core, then it will come. Okay. And let me change this object also. Okay, here this for each also it's not required. So let me remove this all the existing items. So instead of this add, we can use this equal to. So the existing data is available in this underscore data. So let me change the object name also. We are getting this error. First or default synchronous. Okay, great. Our method is ready. And let me make the existing function also in this asynchronous format. So in this database call, we can use this await. And instead of this toList, we can use toList asynchronous. Okay. So both are fine. And the next function is for completing this save. So anyway, let me copy the existing function. So the name is save and the return type is string only. So here the input is object, I mean our employee object. And let me remove the all existing items. Here first I'm going to declare one string variable. Let me return it. Next I'm going to use this try and catch block. So if there is any error, we can return this exact error. Now we can work on the success scenario. So first I'm going to check this employee code. The code having more than 0, then it is the edit scenario, else we have to create it. Okay, first let me complete this edit scenario. So this dot landDB, actually we can use this existing code. Okay, so instead of this code we can use this employee.code. So here I'm just checking not equal to null. Then we can assign the values. The first one is name, and the second we may change this email, and the third one is phone, and the final one is destination. Okay, now we have to work for our adding scenario. So here I'm going to create one object first, table employee. So here we have to include all the values. So here the code is not required because it's the auto generator field, so we can use this name. And the second one is email. So the similar way I have to include all the fields. Okay, we have added. Now let me include this object. So this dot land db context, and our table is table employee add. We have to provide this object. Okay, so instead of this add, we have to use this add asynchronous. Okay, at the end we have to save this one. Let me copy this one, save asynchronous. Okay, and if everything is good, I will make this response into pass, whether it is edit or delete, that is not a problem. Okay, we have completed our function. So let me include this methods declaration in our interface side. Okay, fine. Now we have completed in our data access layer. Now let me move on the business layer. So in this business layer, we don't have any business. We are just returning. Anyway, let me finish these functions. So here also we can use this one into a synchronous, and instead of this direct return, we can use this await option. Okay, this is fine. And let me do the changes in our interface also. Okay, the error got resolved, and we have to include two more methods. Okay, the second method also is completed. We have added in our interface also. Now let me take the final one for the save function. Okay, now we are good. Let me copy this one. I'm going to add this one into our declaration side. So now we have completed in our business layer also. So let me move on in our startup page application. In this controller side, we can use this employee controller. Okay, here actually we are getting some error. Yes. Okay, it's resolved now. Now let me create one more action method here. So this dot employee bc dot save, and it is having one input also. So return of JSON. Okay, the issue got resolved. So here also let me make this one. Yeah, this is fine. So anyway, we have to run the application and verify it. Okay, the data is loaded fine. Let me go to the add screen. So already we have taken all the values. So let me remove this one. Here I'm going to create an object. New object of. So then we have to include all the fields one by one. Let me check this class. Yeah, the first one is code. Actually the code is the integer, so we have to convert this one. Underscore employee dot code equal to %. So already we have taken this code value. So let me use this one. And the second one is name. So the similar way I'm going to add the next three fields also. Actually the first letter should be caps only. So in our entity model, I believe the database model is destination only. Yes. Okay, now our object is ready. Here I'm going to use this Ajax call. So in the Ajax call, first parameter is type. So we are going to use this post. And the second one is URL. So URL is in this employee slash save. Yeah, this save only. It's fine. And the third field is data. So the data is nothing but our object only. So then we have to include two options. One is for success and the second one is failure. So here basically we will get the error related information. So let me save it. And then I'm going to check one condition. If data equal to pass, I will provide the alert messages saved successfully. So else I'm going to return this exact error message. Okay, I would say failure due to this particular issue. And if it is the positive scenario, we have to redirect into our listing page. So already we have one function, I believe. Yeah, the back to list that we can use. Okay, now we have to verify this one. I'm just refreshed. I'm going to provide the name is Ricky rk@in.com. and the phone number is I am providing some number, and the role is admin. Okay, it's saying saved successfully. If I'm clicking this one, so it is just redirected, and here we can see this new record Ricky Ponting and Arcatin. So whatever records we have entered, it is coming. Okay, so the next thing is, let me verify this our validation. So if I'm not providing, so our validation is just checking. Okay, and the second thing is we have to implement this edit function. So again, let me go to this index page. So here we have these two buttons. So let me take this edit. We can include one function first, and let me create one hidden field also. Yes, already it's created. Now let me copy this code. At the end we have to define some script, and this type javascript.text here, and then our function. So it is coming like this. That means we are taking the particular control element. Here first thing is we have to get this ID. So the code equal to element. So element is nothing but our control, and then we have to find this closest tr. So here the logic is, when I'm clicking this button, I am accessing this particular row, and the next step is, once I'm having this row, here I'm just finding this hidden field. Okay, find input type equal to hidden. So then I'm taking this value. Okay, so in the every row we have this hidden field. Let me show you. If you are inspecting the screen, so in this first TD you can see this hidden field. So the hidden field value is nothing but our code only. Anyway, let me save this one, and I'm going to include this value in the alert. So if I'm clicking this edit, so I'm able to get this code. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let me create a new route. So before that, let me copy this one for this redirection. So employee slash edit, and we are passing this code also, this code. So whatever value coming here, let me include it. Okay, and currently we actually don't have any edit action method, so we can create it. So let me copy this action method. One second, I'm going to create one new. So this one actually edit, so it is having one input code. Okay, this is fine. Now I'm going to get the individual employee information. So this would be a object only. So instead of this employees, we can use employee by code. Okay, so actually our code is string, so let me convert this into integer. Okay, why we are getting this error? Yeah, let me make this one also asynchronous. So let me return here, and in this normal create scenario I'm going to return this empty object. We can reuse this same create. So if I am directly using, I have to create the view once again. So actually I'm planning to reuse the same view. In this add time I am passing on empty object. In this edit time I am passing this exact data. Okay. Now let me move on this create side. Here I am going to initiate our data model. So it is just an object, global entity and employee, and then we have to bind everywhere. Okay. At model dot code. So let me verify this one. If it is working, we have to include for all the fields. Okay, you can see this URL is changed, and it's just binded this code. So we can bind all the fields. Name, and the third one is email, and this phone, and the final one is destination. Okay, the destination is not binded, and so we can apply something. Okay. So here I'm going to write this document dot ready. I mean this onload function of jQuery. So here I will check this one, and then I take this role value. Okay, actually I need to take the value. Okay, dollar is unmatched. So let me include the JavaScript file here. Okay, we have added this jQuery reference. Now let me verify. Okay, it is added fine. Now let me remove this debugger and everything is fine only. Okay, it's added fine, right? So let me go to the listing once again. I will take this Sunil array. Okay, let me remove all the values. Okay, and instead of this developer I'm going to make this into admin snr123@gmail.com, or else at.com is fine. So when I'm saving, so again I'm getting this saved successfully message. So if you noted here, this phone number is removed, the role is changed into admin, and this email ID also changed. Now I am trying to give some phone number here. Okay, and here I will change this role into a developer. So again I'm saving, saved successfully, and our listing also got reflected. This Kulkarni So the tester, actually we don't have the role. Anyway, I'm going to provide this admin. Okay, the admin is coming. Okay, so now we have completed for creating the new records and also this edit function, right? So in case if you are completely binding through this jQuery means, let me explain here. So what actually we have done for this select control, the same way only we are going to achieve. So in this onload time, we can use one hidden field. In the hidden field, we have to assign this code value. Okay. So then, so in this jQuery onload function, we have create one Ajax method. Then we have to pass the particular code. Then we have to fetch the individual employee information, and then manually we have to bind all the controls the similar way. So once we have the values, we have to select all the individual control, then we have to bind it like this. So the final one is our delete function. So let me complete this one also. So already we are crossed the time. Anyway, I try to finish it as soon as possible. Let me take this one. So instead of function edit, I'm going to provide a function remove. Okay. Yeah, let me copy this one. Will copy the function once again. Change the name. Let me command this section. Here first, I'm going to confirm. Do you want to remove? So if it is confirmed, we can proceed forward delete. Okay. So let me take this Ajax call code. We can reuse everything here. So instead of save, we can use this remove, and other things are fine. So instead of this employee, we can use this code directly. So here we have to say removed successfully. For this onload, we can use window.location.reload. Okay, the jQuery side we have done, and we not completed in the C# side. So let me do that also. It's not going to take much time. Okay. So remove employee. So the return type should be string only. Okay. So in this try, so let me use our database object land db content, and then this table employee remove and this object. And then we have to use this await. Okay, fine. So once it's completed, we have to provide the response value into true. I mean this pass. Okay. Now let me copy this one. We have to include in this interface side. So let me copy the same function. I'm going to include in our business layer side also. So instead of this employee, we can directly pass this code. Okay. We are getting this error. Okay, it's not on save. It should be a remove employee. Okay, it's fine only. Okay, we have done, and the final one is our controller. So here, let me copy the same function. Let me make it is duplicate, and then this is remove. Okay, and here the input is string only. Code. So instead of this save, I can use this remove employee. So make sure we have to convert this one into integer. Okay, now we have completed our complete functionality. We can verify this one now. I'm going to rerun the application once again. Okay, the data are loaded fine. Now I'm going to click this remove button. So it's saying, do you want remove? So when I'm clicking, so failed. Okay, let me verify it. Okay, the code is coming as null. Okay, now the data are coming. So we are getting this removed successfully message. So when I'm clicking OK, so the record also got removed. Now let me take this Sunil Narayan text. Okay, the particular record also got removed. So we have completed all the functionalities. Let me do the final demo. So this is our create screen. If I'm not entering anything, we have this validation. I'm going to provide the values, and the email is. So if I'm clicking this save, saved successfully, and we have to see our complete information. Okay, and now I'm going to edit this one. I'm going to add some phone number here. So when I'm saving this one, again it's saved successfully, and our phone number also got updated. So finally I'm going to remove this one. So again we are getting this alert message, I mean this confirmation pop-up. So if I'm clicking this OK, it's removed successfully. Okay, so for the confirmation and alert, I'm just used the JavaScript alert and the confirmation box. So the jQuery provides some wonderful plugins that will give some good look and feel. So that maybe I will cover in my upcoming videos. And this listing also we can use this jQuery data table plugins that will provide the better options like sorting and this pagination and search functionalities. It will cover everything. That also I'm plan to cover on separate video. So now we are in the end of the video. Still, if you have any doubts or clarification, please post in the comment box, and also please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.